Good morning, 8th standard. This is your social studies class, and today we are going to learn block 19, the Indian Judiciary. In this block, we are going to learn lesson plan 2, appellate jurisdiction. So, get ready with your content book, notebook, workbook, and the stationery that is essential. Before that, we will do a quick recap. In the previous lesson plan, we had read about the functions of the judiciary. Now, moving further, first of all, we will see the keywords: case, appeal, verdict, and appellate. These all are the keywords of this lesson plan. Now, we will start our lesson. As usual, I will ask you a question. Now, tell me, you need to imagine this. Two sports team approach the sports teacher to settle a dispute. If one team is unhappy with the way the dispute was resolved, who do you think they might approach next? Okay, now, many times it happens that there is a dispute among the students or between the two teams. Mostly sport teachers used to solve the dispute. But if any of the team is not satisfied, the team can approach the school principal. Likewise, people can appeal to higher courts if they are unhappy with the lower court's verdict. Verdict means judgment. Now, in this way, today we are going to learn about the different levels of courts in India and how they are interconnected. Okay, now what will you do next? You will read the passage that is given in the book. And the passage is State of Haryana versus Ratan Singh and family. Got it? After reading it, here is a copy the table in your notebook that is given in your next slide and fill it down with the verdict given. I will give you the example that how you need to make the table. Here is the two columns that you need to draw in your notebook. You will write down court in column 1 and the verdict that was given in column 2. You can start from the first verdict to the last. You can pause the video here, complete your work, come back again. We will discuss few more questions. I hope you had done it, and after completing, might be your work is done like this. In court, there is a district court. Ratan Singh and family were found guilty. In High Court, they were not found guilty. And in Supreme Court, again, they were not found guilty. I hope you had written it like this. Now, moving further. Okay, first of all, we will see question of the day. What is the question asking? Who is the Chief Justice of India? You need to tell me. Okay, now moving further, you have read the section State of Haryana versus Ratan Singh and family. Now tell me, what was the case about? Okay, so you have read it. The case was about dowry death, wherein Ratan Singh and his family were accused of killing Ratan Singh's bride. This was a crime against society and hence an example of the dispute between the citizen and the state. Now come to the next question. What did Ratan Singh and his family do when they were unhappy with the court's decision? Unhappy with the district court's verdict, Ratan Singh appealed to the High Court to take up the case, as they were found guilty in the district court. Now, why was the case appealed in different courts? The High Court passed a verdict that Ratan Singh and his family were not guilty. Some women organization was unhappy with the High Court's verdict and appealed to the Supreme Court, who declared Ratan Singh and his family guilty. What were the verdicts given by each court? In High Court, Ratan Singh and his family were not found guilty, and in Supreme Court declared Ratan Singh and his family guilty. Whose verdict was final? The verdict of Supreme Court was final. Now, what are the different levels of courts in India? So, as you know, there are three levels of courts in India. The court at the lowest level is the district court for a district, followed by the High Court for the state. Every state has a High Court. The highest court is the Supreme Court, whose decision is binding on all other courts. Do these courts work in isolation, and how are they connected? All these courts are interconnected through an appeal system or appellate jurisdiction. This means that a person can appeal to a higher court if they are unhappy with the verdict passed by the lower courts. Got it? These courts do not work in isolation. They are connected with each other. Do you think people always get justice in courts? Give reason. You need to tell this answer in the comment section. I hope you will respond me very quickly. Now, one more thing. In this lesson plan, you need to read types of jurisdiction, what are the writs, and the qualification of judges. Okay, if you do have any problem after reading it, please ask me. I will happy to reply it. After doing this, you will complete S2 in workbook and practice question 4 to 6 in notebook. I hope you understood it. If you have any problem, you are always welcome to write your problems in the comment section. Thank you and have a nice day.